All right, let's go.
Alright, at the top right as the teal Terran, we do have Koget. At the bottom left as the purple Protoss, we will have lancerx.
And cross maps. Whoa.
It's gonna happen,
Okay.
man. It's the hour-long game. Here we go.
I mean, I'd like to, but you know, it's hard for me to believe that after 4 games like that, we're gonna have a normal standard macro game.
It's
But to be fair, though, trying to cheese on Fighting Spirit because it's such a popular map that people play so often feels a little bit more risky than other maps because you would probably know what location to scout. Like, you know that the center and and both sides of the center are probably where you would want to put anything at all. So if you just cross map scout first, you're probably gonna see, you know.
Is this actually the first time he's played Fighting Spirit? It's because
so, yeah.
we usually use Fighting Spirit as the as the as the deciding map, and most of the series in TLS so far have not actually gone to the deciding game. I guess the best of threes sometimes did go there, but apparently lancerx has not played many many Fighting Spirit games, and now he gets to show us what he's got here. Interestingly, a fairly early scout actually coming out from. Oh no, he's building the barracks on the low ground. Okay.
You know what? I have to say though that Koget doing this low ground barracks, at least when I look at it, it feels extremely scary to do something like this. But he's been able to do relatively okay. Like the game on Jade, he was doing fine for quite a while. I just think that pulling so many SCVs for such a long time was eventually what got him killed in that game. But I don't know. It always feels really scary because if a probe comes in and starts harassing the SCV, until the SCV from the main gets to kind of try to do something about it, you might have to pull the SCV off from there, and then kind of spirals out of control real fast.
Yeah, it's definitely a risky build. I mean, at least in cross positions, it'll work a little bit better. And here we see the command center does go down. I always get nervous when these buildings touch here like this. I'm like, oh man, did he build? If he builds it 1 hex too high, I guess since it's barracks, it doesn't actually make a difference because he can just lift it if he accidentally built it too high. But anyway, gonna immediately build a depot here. So this is a complete wall.
Nice.
I don't actually know. Can a zealot go between the command center and the barracks? I'm not actually sure.
You know what? I don't think so, but I wouldn't bet my tournament on it. You know, if I was Koget.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least in this case, lancerx has not opted to go for the Zealot first. He's going straight for the Dragoon, which is much more common to see in PvT, and I think that's definitely reasonable. Now, he is going to scout here in just a second. I didn't actually see, okay, I think, did Koget go? Yeah, Koget went top left, and then cross map, and then bottom left. So he's scouting lancerx super late with his SCV. So he's playing defensive here. He's already building the bunker because he's not sure what's happening.
The Dragoon, funny enough, is not going to try to block the ramp. It's just going to go, which, I mean, it might allow the SCV to get into the... Yeah, it's going to allow it. That's a mistake, I feel, because you definitely wouldn't want to show your hand if you're playing... if you're lancerx, right?
I think that was just a rally point thing, and he didn't consciously move the Dragoon back. At least that's what it looked like to me. But he is luckily actually going to trap this behind the mineral line because he built the cybernetic core to block this. But the SCV's already seen everything it needs to. It saw the core spinning, so unless that was, you know, like a fancy fake air weapons, then he knows it's just range goons and there's nothing really to be worried about. I didn't actually see what happened to the probe. The probe must have died, I guess.
No, the probe actually went back. It's at the natural right now with 5 health.
Oh, okay. Nice. I saved that.
Okay, so wait, there's also an SCV trying to scout other locations, which I think is a pretty smart move from Koget, because after those games, it feels like you should do this.
Yeah. That's definitely the smart thing to do. So
fact. Huh, okay.
I think that's pretty normal after a 1-Rex expansion to build the 2 factories straight away. You know, and basically what's going to happen is once range finishes, the goons are going to harass this a little bit, but then the tank will come out and everything will be dandy. Now the Robo is building. Is he going to go for Reavers again? That's the question, or is this just for observers? I feel like this is for Reavers because he built it before second gateway, so that's actually quite fast.
I'm not sure, because the thing is that being cross-map and seeing that Koget had so much time to prepare for whatever is going to come his way, I feel like going for Reavers is really risky, especially because he didn't have the best control in, with the Reavers in this series. So, I would probably consider that it's better. Oh, actually, an SCV is going to scout the Robo. So, once this Robo is scouted, you at least know for sure that this is not something like DTs. And yeah, it's going to be ops. So, well, of course, after getting scouted, it makes a lot more sense to go observers.
Yep, looks like just standard ops, adding some more gateways now, so no crazy Reaver shenanigans this game. I'm a little bit disappointed because that would have been fun to see, but hey, it's all good. I guess, going for the much safer build here in this game, not having to rely on, getting lucky with the Reaver or doing any kind of fancy micro. He's just actually... Oh, down to 40 HP! It should be fine though, there's 3 SCVs repairing it.
For a second there, it was like 20 life. And there was one Dragoon already ready to shoot, so it was extremely close. Oh man, you need another one. You need another.
Oh man, there's 4 Dragoons here, and it's burning as well. That's one thing you also have to take into account is the burning damage adds a bit of damage to it. So that was very, very close. I do like how I mean I don't know if that was intentional for Koget to let it go that close, but it's better than having too many SCVs just sitting there unnecessarily, you know what I mean? Like, it's the optimal thing to do is let it go down to almost dead, but not quite dead, and then, defend it.
You know what I quite, miss a little bit? There was one move that I really love. When you mine, and you put just one tank, and you float the barracks over the mines.
Yeah.
So, that's so cool. Okay, I was just thinking that he could try to pull it off if he just basically let the bunker die. Because I think the bunker and the Marines are not worth like 4 or 5 Dragoons if you get like, a very good mine hit.
I think that's quite a risky move though, because if that doesn't work and you're just like insta-dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think I like how he did the safer thing of just to cover the siege tank with the barracks, because, 4 Dragoons can run in and 2-shot your tank, so definitely good to be safe there.
Koget is gonna try it again. He's gonna try to jump again a vulture.
Oh man, not quite managing it. He did this against Dragon, didn't he? And he got like he did it 2 for 2 with only 2 vultures, but not able to do it this time. It might be the angle, because that game he was going upwards to the 12, and this game he's going downwards. So I don't know. Maybe the angle makes a difference here. I'm not actually sure. He's actually gonna kill this pylon though.
And one Dragoon died to this, so.
Oh man, look at this. Lancer sending all his Dragoons, but the threat of the backstab into his natural is too much. He even built a gateway there to temporarily block, I think. And now the vultures are in.
The vultures should mine like the base, right? Or because just staying there, you're gonna lose them anyway. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Oh, is he gonna run? Yeah, he's gonna run.
Yeah. Good. And the third is being. While all of this is going on, you see, lancerx has been producing a good amount of units, but look at his tech. It's pretty much non-existent. There is a Stargate coming out, but I don't see a Citadel. Is this going to be carriers?
I certainly hope not. Fighting Spirit is not the best map for carriers. I mean, carriers are fine, but.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at what Koget is doing, and considering what Koget is pulling off, going for carriers doesn't look like a smart idea, because these vultures are constantly trying to put some pressure. And you don't want to be having to rebuild your probes when you're going carriers.
Yeah. I still don't see a Citadel, though. There's no way this is actually carriers, is it? He's not getting +1.
Wait.
It might be, though. You know what
this could be? This could be
Corsair?
disruption as well.
There's no way, dude. There is no way.
Come on, Lancer.
Dude, there's no way this is if this is Disruption Web, oh my god, I'm gonna like invite Lancer to the finals of every tournament from now on. He doesn't have to play in the tournament anymore. He's just guaranteed to be in the finals. And it's actually carriers! I can't believe this. He's still not getting plus on air weapons, but he's actually going carriers. This is insane.
I think he's not getting +1 because if he gets scanned and you see now the core spinning, that's a giveaway.
But I mean, he needs attack upgrades because weapon. Okay, there we go. Finally, air weapon upgrades are so effective on carriers because every interceptor gets +1, right? So you're basically adding +8 attack per upgrade, which is pretty insane. Like I think only Goliaths are more efficient than that. Well, maybe siege tanks get more and more as well. But that's a pretty big boost per upgrade slot, right?
No, definitely. I mean, the thing though, look. Koget is playing this in a way that would seem standard, but standard against exactly what? Because if this would be something like an arbiter timing, you either want to hit pre-timing or you want to have the take to stop it completely dead in its tracks when you try to get a recall. So Koget is going to try to push out now, which makes sense on a normal game, and especially because these carriers are going to take so long from now on to get out.
Yeah, this
might
is good.
actually do some damage.
This is actually really good. He's just gotta be a little bit careful because he doesn't have that big of an army yet, so he definitely doesn't want to get flanked. He doesn't have nearly enough vultures and mines to respond to like a good flank attack, but he definitely has enough tanks. And lancerx is only on dragoons. Remember, with no citadel, these zealots don't even have speed. Did he even make a citadel yet? He didn't even make a citadel yet. He has only slow zealots right now, which are really, really useless. He's going in for the fight with only dragoons. I don't know if that's a good idea here.
Oh, no.
He's gonna lose a lot of dragoons, and he's gonna get only one siege tank. That was a really bad idea by lancerx.
I mean, this should definitely already tell Koget what the hell's going on, because if you see no zealots at all, no shuttle, no nothing, just a few dragoons, there is something behind that, you know, beautiful Protoss Sim City. So you have to check it out. You should be scanning really, really soon.
Yeah, I mean, at this point...
Oh, there the scan sees the carriers.
Alright, very nice by Koget. And the question is, like, I was going to say lancerx is just going to need to reveal them anyway to not die to this attack, right? To not lose his third. He would probably have to just show his carriers to help defend this. But with only 2 carriers and no interceptor upgrade just yet, they're not even going to do anything useful.
Yeah. And only one of them is actually building interceptors. Okay, now the second one is starting, but it's such a late interceptor build that I think the third is dead anyway.
I think this is just... Oh, nice bombs. I think this was just the perfect timing here from Koget. lancerx... The thing is, what lancerx was doing was kind of smart in the sense that a lot of Terrans would be a bit more passive than this when they're going for 3 base. Because, you know, Koget went for a very fast third, right? Considering that... you know, Lancer was, well, I mean, I guess wasn't too aggressive in the beginning, but was, you know, putting on some pressure. Koget still went for the fast third command center, and yet he's still putting on a lot of pressure here. He's not doing the normal Terran, you know, wait until I have 180 supply to attack you. Yeah. He's just going straight away, and this is catching Lancer off guard. Like, imagine if Koget was doing the Terran build where you just don't leave your base until you're at 180, and then he leaves the base, and then Lancer would have like 8 carriers with upgrades, and, you know, that would be GG, but he's going at a perfect timing right here.
Okay, so range is just finishing for the Goliaths. Turrets are being built, and this location, I think you have to give...
Yeah, there's not much more to do here. I think you could even siege it from the low ground. He doesn't even have to move up the ramp here. Just put a couple of tanks hugging the cliff, but he's just going to slowly walk up. I'm actually not sure why he's not doing that. He's kind of losing a few extra units by trying to walk up this ramp. He really needs to just siege from the low ground. There's really no need to...
The interception of the Dragoons actually doing pretty good. Koget has to realize this, because he's going to be losing a lot of units.
Oh, this is perfect.
Okay.
That's actually perfect by lancerx, because he knows the reinforcements are going to consist of a lot of Goliaths, and Dragoons obviously are great against Goliaths. So yeah, he's blocking the Goliath reinforcement.
Just one interceptor alive at this point. So,
lancerx has rebuilt another base at the 6 o'clock though, so he will.
He's got the base, but the problem is he's still going to be equal on bases with the Terran, and the Terran has a supply lead, and he's pushing him in both locations. So, yeah, I mean, the carriers are. I think the carriers are a good idea if you're the one trying to look like you're putting pressure, and the Terran is basically passive because he's afraid of you attacking. But in this instance, oh, a Citadel. Is there a Citadel already? Okay, there is one. And speed is of the way.
Yep. I mean, the good thing for Lancer is he's at least keeping even supply. Look at this, 160 against about 160. Yeah, 160 for each. Now, usually Protoss should be a little bit more ahead in supplies, so Terran's definitely winning the game right now. But Lancer did at least get another base up at the 6 o'clock, so he's still mining on his 3 bases. And he's still got a decent army. He just needs his leg speed to finish, and this army will become so much scarier, because the slow zealots are just so horrible.
The only problem, though, I think, is that Koget is not really thinking too much about taking another base. He should be... Okay, he's taking it... He should have taken it, like, 5 minutes ago, because he was putting so much pressure, and he had such a bank, that it would be perfectly fine for him to just... Oh, zealots are still slow, and they're just going now!
Oh, man, I don't think that's a good idea. I think he should have waited for the leg speed. Leg speed can't be that far off here. And he's only got Dragoons left here. He's only got the 2 carries, and they're being focused now by the Goliaths. One carrier is going to fall. The second carrier is still up, but all the ground army is being destroyed right here.
And even the game can't handle this kind of pressure. Damn it. No, I mean, why go before your zealot speed is done? He wasn't even protecting anything at that location.
And leg speed is done now as well, right after he died. Oh, but he's got some reinforcement zealots, and the tanks are actually on siege. This could be really good. Lancer with the zealots could actually catch all these tanks off guard here. They're going to siege up. I don't think that's a good idea. The zealots are already in range.
Yeah.
Oh man, really big win here for Lancer. Very nicely done.
Oh, that was bad.
Koget.
Right. Why siege?
Yeah, Koget getting a little bit ahead of himself. I think he got a little bit too trigger happy there. He's like, oh yeah, I'm winning the game. I killed Lancer. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But he forgot that once you get below like the critical mass of Terran army, and especially if you get caught out of position like that, Protoss is still going to rip you to shreds on the ground. So you really have to be careful with that army.
And especially because it was mostly Goliaths, which they're okay against Zealots if you actually micro them, but if not, they're pretty terrible, I think. You need a mass to actually do something. It's kind of like Hydra, right? If you have a lot of them, then they're really good. They're going to destroy pretty much everything. But if you don't have that many, they're kind of funky. They don't seem to do that much damage.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, that's just the way this matchup goes. I mean, that's the way most Terran matchups go, or at least when you're going mech, is you just need the depth. Well, that's the way mech goes, I should say. Is you need the critical mass of units to actually make it effective. And well, now he's actually going to have to regroup his army. He's actually still ahead in supply, 174 to 156. He's just laying a few mines in the map, but
Koget does have a very, I would say, basically a good amount of economy for what he's producing. Since all of his tech is pretty much finished, then he's just basically producing units. So with the base that he has, he's actually getting too much money even for that. But the main problem for him is that he's taking such a long time to take upgrades.
Ooh, one carrier getting sniped in the middle of the map. lancerx making a small mistake here. This is actually why I was a bit wary of carriers in the beginning of the game. Because Fighting Spirit doesn't have, I mean, it's all passable middle ground. There isn't a lot of terrain for the carriers to abuse where, the Goliaths can't actually walk. There's, it's not a map where there's cliffs all over the place or anything like that. So, gotta be a bit more careful with those.
I like how Koget is already taking another base, because at this point, if you have over too much money, you could just basically put the CCs and just mine maybe the gas. Leave everything else and just answer.
Yeah, I agree. That's actually really good by Koget. That's actually a problem a lot of Terrans make, is they're so focused on the big, 3-base maxed out attack that they don't keep taking expansions. They're just not used to playing out the super late game where, your attack didn't actually kill him and you have to actually keep going on bases. But this is really nice by Koget, actually. I mean, he is floating a lot of minerals, so he kind of just has to do that. But it's pretty good. I mean, he's also got another command center finished at his 3rd. He can float that down to the bottom right as well if he wants. Oh, nice mine.
Nice mine. No, I think that Koget basically, because he's maxed, right? He has a good bank, so he should definitely try to fight. But I think he's trying to just fight the army. He's not trying to kill bases.
God.
He wants to catch the army, but he wants to catch it in a good position. And this probably might be it, because in the middle, there's not quite up.
Oh my god, the armies actually walked past each other. The Protoss going up the middle, but he's got Side Storms. He's got Templar. The Templar could decide this engagement right here. Can he get another Storm on the middle? Not quite. Does the Templar have energy? No. Oh man, if he got 1 or 2 more Storms, that could have been huge. But lancerx now stuck in the middle of the map and getting his army slaughtered. He has done a lot of damage to the Terran army, but he is now in retreat. He's got very few units left. His carriers, he's not retreating them. I think he should run away. No, never mind. He's actually saving this carrier with 18 HP left in the deep red. He's got to not engage, though. He's got to watch for the Goliaths. The Goliath's going to go after the carrier bodies. He's going after the motherships. Oh, he's got reinforcements. lancerx has the flank attack. The carriers actually are now using the high ground cliff. He's doing the micro. I think he's actually going to win. lancerx loses a carrier, but wins the engagement. Oh, loses another one.
You know what? This looked okay, but what you were mentioning, upgrades, lancerx only made +1 for his air, and he's not continuing any upgrades. So these Goliaths, when they get +2, carriers are gonna be so sad about that. Oh
man, that's a good point actually. I didn't realize, but yeah, it's 2 on 2-1 for the mech already, and remember they actually have base 1 armor, so the Terrans are actually not doing as much damage as they really could be. I mean, I guess lancerx can't afford the upgrades at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, especially because if you look, he just finished mining his natural, and there's not actually any place for him to transfer the probes because he's already saturated pretty well in both of his bases. So,
pro party. I love seeing the pro parties.
I think this game is probably gonna go to koget. I mean, I don't see any way that lancerx can take anything from here, and I think that the carriers might have been a good idea, but the execution of how to pull it off just.
Dude, you should have stuck with your first prediction, remember? You said 3-2 to koget. You were right! And then you changed it. You doubted yourself, man, but you were right.
Well, actually, you know what? If I now try to take it back and say, you know what, you're right, I should have stayed with 3-2, I'm pretty sure lancerx is going to find a way to win this game.
Dude, that's exactly why I said that. I need the comeback here. I need the miracle comeback from Lancer. Lancer, come on, you can do it! I believe.
Oh, man. Now, I gotta say, this army from the Terran really looks unstoppable, right? But Storm, where there's Storm, there is hope. But there's no energy, so there's no Storm.
Where there is where there is Parados bullshit, there is hope. Get some Storms in there, throw a few DTs in, maybe some stasis, and boom, Terran army's gone.
And blow up some mines on his army, yeah.
Exactly. Turn his army against him. Unfortunately, the vultures don't care about these 2 cannons. Just gonna run here and take him down. That's one thing. They're 302 upgraded actually, and you know cannons don't actually benefit from upgrades. So as the game goes on, cannons get less and less effective. And oh my God, there's big storms though in the middle. But oh man, a couple of Templar getting blown up straight away. There's not enough support. The problem is the Templar need other units to go in first to tank for them, so they can run in and storm. But there's just not enough ground army, and Lancer down to 83 supply against a maxed out Terran. This is looking like it's over for lancerx unless he can make miracles happen with these low upgrade carriers here.
Oh man, these get like 4 damage shot right now.
Oh, poor Lancer. He finally got to play on Fighting Spirit, and it just didn't go his way.
Snap.
Oh, he's got 7 DTs though, or 6 DTs. It's fine. GG!
Oh man, that's sad. That's sad.
Oh, poor Lancer. He practiced 10,000 games, but those games weren't with carriers.
Damn it.
Oh man. I gotta say though, that's one of the pressures of playing in a tournament, and the reason why, you know, having... I mean, okay, lancerx has a lot of tournament experience, but it's just... And that actually surprises me why he decided to, you know, switch it up, because one of the main things that you need to do when you're going into a tournament is play what you practice. You know, don't just go off, you know, go with a random cheese or a random strategy that you've never played before. Like, even if what you practice might not necessarily be the best for that map, if you're comfortable with that, it's gonna be better than, you know, a more optimal strategy that you don't know how to play. And in this case, I don't even think carriers are the best strategy on Fighting Spirit anyway. So.
No. Now, I was thinking more that, at least for me, the kind of the best strategy on Fighting Spirit, at some point when you have like 3 bases basically, you just spam speed zealots and you try to keep expanding as fast as possible, because it's very difficult for the Terran to control well a big army, especially when you have both vultures and tanks. It's easy to get mind drags. I think that's a lot more efficient than going for carriers, but no.
Yeah. Bit unfortunate, but congratulations to Koget. You know, not taking anything away from Koget. He did really well there. He was down 1-2. He came back. He won 2 games in a row. You know, he did it. He pulled it off. He got 3rd place. And we got a Terran in 3rd. That's great. You know, we haven't had a Terran going far for quite a while.
My man.
Yeah. So Koget will win $250 in 3rd place. Huge congrats again to him. And Lancer will take home $150 for 4th. And, you know, huge congrats to Lancer as well. There were a lot of strong players in the tournament. Made it all the way to the semifinals, getting 4th place. Pretty good. So congrats to both players. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event, the grand finals of the TLS Championship. Everyone, quickly run to the bathroom, get some popcorn, do what you need to do, because we are having a best of 7 PvZ between Desakwe and Dragon coming up right now. The winner will take home a hefty $800 prize. So it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be intense. I'm still waiting for the first replay though. For Tupacalypse. Tupacalypse is so excited that he just forgot.
Right. You know, people are saying that my room is getting messier each cast that we do. I should like grab, you know, a vacuum cleaner and right on stream start vacuuming.
Nice. Yeah, you have to wait until we get a vacuum cleaner sponsorship, and then you can do that. You know.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
Okay. Well. Oh man.
See, I was right. Tupac was so excited about that last game that he just forgot that we have to do the finals. All right, so let me host it up, and of course it is a best of 7. We do have the same 5 maps in the map pool, so 2 of the maps are going to be repeated. We are going to be repeating Jade and Fighting Spirit.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's still 5 maps.
Do we play like all games, even if we get like, you know, an early finish, or we are just gonna play?
No, it's still like a normal best of 7. So we play until there's 4 wins. But
all right.
you know, if we go to game 6, then we'll repeat Jade, and if we go to game 7, we'll repeat Fighting Spirit.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Looks like our Russian caster's going for a smoke break. There you go, guys. We're gonna have like a 2-minute intermission.
All right.
So you guys can fill your water bottles. I'm gonna have some water.
Hey, you know what? Then I'll also go, check to the bathroom real fast. Makes sense.
All right, sounds good.
I'll be right back.